This is Skullcrusher2263 here, coming back at you, not once again, considering this is our first video for this series, but today we're going to be trying out a little bit of Call of Duty World War II. I am not in any way claiming that I am good at the game. In fact, I think I'm pretty average, maybe even a little bit below average at playing this game. But I've been trying it out, and I actually met someone online today, so I'm just going to give him a shout out real quick. I don't really even know what to say. He was a great guy, he knows, and his channel is amazing. I've seen actually a couple of his videos, and I was very impressed. He has 714 subscribers. His gaming channel is The Athletic Gamer.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
He has like 700 subscribers. Great guy, by the way. He isn't stuck up. He is very friendly, actually. And just all around good guy, good gamer. And so I just want to give a shout out to him real quick because he is the greatest. By far one of the nicest YouTubers I've met online. And so yeah, shout out to him. But anyway, we are going to be just messing around in Call of Duty World War II, just getting a feel for it, considering this is my first video I've ever played in, and right now, as you can see, I am doing way below average. Like I said, I am actually pretty trashy at the game. I've been looking to actually get a bit better, especially with snipers, considering I want to get them diamond. I've noticed that when I bought the game, I actually got it on Christmas, so I didn't actually buy it, so I retract my statement. But when I got this game on Christmas, they were going through something called a Winter Siege. Now, whether that was just a special thing, which I think it is. I think it is kind of like a one-time deal for the winter, but I don't really know what to make of it. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments, you know, tell me what that's about. I get that it's a winner, like, fact, but once we earn those, I just wish to know if they would take them away or not. I've actually Googled it, and I've looked online. They said that everything earned during that time would be kept. I think it's time to switch weapons. They said that everything that earned would be kept, and it's not just for the winter, so I was thankful for that. Just like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and everything else was, but I just wasn't sure since it was a new new server. Now, about the game, I'm gonna make this slash. I know I keep saying because I keep trying to think of what to say. But I was thinking of making this a kind of like slash review type of game. Now, I may not be the best gamer, but I feel that I am plenty good at assessing games, assessing whether people would like them, whether what they may dislike, and I can say, from my personal opinion, as well as many other reviews, that this game is probably one of the better Call of Duties out there. Now, the reason I say this is not only because of the graphics and the reality of it, but I liked how it had that kind of like Medal of Honor theme. Now I'm talking about the campaign, not just multiplayer here. But I liked how it had like a Medal of Honor type feel to it. You know how in Medal of Honor you had to pick up like the I forget what they were called. I think they were medic packs. I think they were, and what you had to do in order to like get health was you had to pick up a medic pack in Medal of Honor, just so you could gain your health back. And I kind of like the feel, or how they added that to the game where you had to use a medical pack. It was very different from Black Ops, considering you would automatically gain your health back. So the fact that they just added that in there, I think, was great. Another good thing I found out about, I guess it was good anyway. Another great thing I found out about it was the campaign was more. I don't know how to explain it. If you have ever had that app where you had to conquer the world, it was a fairly new app on one of people's phones that you could play. You had to like conquer the world, spread disease, you know, take over. I forget what the app or the game is called, but the campaign kind of reminded me of that.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
I don't know why, but it just did, because if you ever look at the campaign, it's kind of like a big map of red, and you have to slowly take over Germany. I don't know really what else to say about the campaign. It was well drawn out. The plot was very good. You could follow it very easily as well. I kind of think the ending was kind of half-assed. The main reason I say this is because instead of going on missions to actually find him, it just mainly skipped to the epilogue. You had like one mission where you were like crossing a bridge or something. Now, I say find him, you guys are probably like wondering, well, what do you mean by him? I haven't played the game yet. What do you mean by him? Now, I'm going to explain that. What I mean by him is, I guess you make like a best friend is what you call it. Now, you have brothers in arms, right? But this guy was like your like friend, like best friend that you made in the unit. He was basically the man you could fall back on and whatnot, but he gets captured and he's Jewish, so as you know, World War II, he gets sent to a labor camp. Things aren't going too well for him, and so you want to find him. And now, I think that was kind of half-assed, the way he was abducted, the way you only played 1 or 2 missions to like try and get him back, and just skip to the epilogue. Now, I think that was kind of half-assed, but the entire campaign otherwise was very well detailed, very well thought out, very well plotted. Now, onto Nazi zombies, which I think up until now only Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops has had zombies, but World War II, Call of Duty World War II added a new feature to this. So instead of just making it zombies, they made it Nazi zombies. Now, what I mean by that is they also very well thought out this, I guess you'd call it a system in the zombies. So they made it to where like these Nazis had recreated zombies. Now, I won't get into like the weapons they have. I won't get into how you like beat it, because there is a way you can beat beat the levels. I won't get into any of that. But I will say it was well thought out, considering they made it like it was all based around electricity, basically, and each zombie you kill adds jolts to you, which is like electricity points or whatever, like electricity, and you have to figure out a way to turn on the power, use your electricity to open up gates, which in Black Ops I guess would be doors, or like pathways. So other than that, it wasn't really different, but the objectives that you have to follow in order to beat zombies are very well thought out, very well detailed, and all in all, just fun to run through, especially with friends. I've played it with friends, and you know, we screw around in the game. In all, it's just a good time. So the game, in my personal opinion, especially zombies, is amazing. Now, let's get on. Now, we talked about campaign, we talked about zombies, so now we're going to go into a little bit of multiplayer here. And multiplayer, I think, is just as great as the campaign in zombies. So the greatest thing I think about multiplayer is not only does it try and match you up with people. So I'm gonna go like, this is very far stretched, but it kind of seems like an AI to me. And the reason I say that is not it doesn't like actually think your thoughts and like talk to you and like an actual artificial intelligence, but when you play a couple matches, it starts looking at you personally. It looks at what weapons you use, what your KD ratio is. It looks at all that stuff, and it tries to compare you with people similar. That way, you don't have this, like, you're not going up against people who are stacked, like frickin' Prestige 10s with golden guns, and you're here like a Prestige 1 in level 1. You know what I mean? It doesn't do that. It kind of takes people who are similar to you and pairs them up so that you're not like sucking the entire game, if you know what I mean. Playing against people who may be better than you, especially have better weapons. And I thought that was a really good feature they added to the game, because in Black Ops 1 and 2, you know, it wouldn't really do that. It wouldn't really pair you with people that were similar to you, so you'd be running around the map just getting like sniped and like shot up by people who were like already 3 prestiges higher than you. And it was just the most frustrating thing, especially when you're not really as good as a gamer as, like, I wouldn't say I am, because I'm not really that great a gamer as you guys are seeing right now. But then again, I'm not a big multitasker. Yeah, I can talk, but I won't use that excuse, you know, because right now I'm just ass, plain and simple. I won't lie. Right now I'm just ass. But anyway, I think that was a good feature they added to the game, especially multiplayer, because some people will get frustrated when they like can't win because they are playing against people who are just either naturally I guess you'd say better than them. I don't want to say better. I just want to say like better as in the term as they have better weapons and all that stuff. But another great feature of it is the guns. I like the guns. The different variations I think was a good thing. You know, they have camo, which obviously every good Call of Duty game has camos that you can earn to get either gold or diamond or bronze or, you know, whatever. It has that challenges set up for the guns that make it a Call of Duty game, especially for multiplayer, because, you know, people may like to be like, especially some of my friends, they like to flaunt off, like, man, I got this, like, fly ass. I know I just went back to the 90s saying fly, but, you know, I got this fly ass, like, diamond camo on my sniper, bro. Look, check it out. They like to show it off, which it wouldn't be a Call of Duty game if it didn't have that feature. I know we all agree with that, probably, most of us. Yeah, no. But, another great thing they added to it, not just camo, was a variation. Now, if you look at my gun here, this is the heroic variation. I think it's called Checked Out 2. I'll switch. Yep, it's called Checked Out 2. This is a heroic variation, which means, in other words, it's rare. And I'm not in any way trying to show off my gun. I'm just trying to show you guys that different variations make guns look different. And what I mean by different is it can look like this, or it can look beaten up, or it can look something like it can look something like silver, platinum, you know, whatever. It can look shiny, it can look dull, it can have like blood and bandages on it, like it just looked like you went into battle. It all depends on what you get in the care package, or not really so care package, but supply drops. And yes, I just did say supply drops. It's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like the black market on Black Ops 2. Well, not kind of. It's exactly like the black market on Black Ops 2. And I say this because you can take contracts or just simply earn them in the game. And you can get these, like, calling cards, emblems, whatever, to, like, I guess, customize your character and your guns, which is also a really cool feature for multiplayer. Now, let's move on. We've gotten to the guns, we've gotten to all that. Now let's move on to the ranking system in multiplayer, which the ranking system is fairly well built, it's fairly well stacked. It doesn't give you any good guns in the game early, but it does give you one gun that I think everybody can agree was a fair breaking point between good and bad. And that would either be the Waffy or the Type 100, which everybody I've talked to, including, sorry, I just had like a blank out right there, including the Athletic Gamer. He agreed with me in saying that the Type 100 was kind of like the breaking point between good guns and bad guns for beginning gamers. Now, we say this is because the Type 100 is basically SMG that is very, very well balanced, especially for newbies just starting the game, when they're not even Prestige 3 or 4 like the Athletic Gamer is. He said that he actually started out with the Type 100 and he started to love it, and then he started to build himself up off of it. And it was basically his favorite gun, which I'm pretty sure all of us could probably understand because of that. Because we've all been there, especially in the game, where we think we suck, but then we get that one gun that seems like it's the breaking point for us, because we've either gotten comfortable with that gun, or gotten the most kills from it, or it just being all around a good gun to ground with. So the guns, especially with the ranking system, is actually pretty decent, pretty well balanced. You'll go 3 levels up, you'll get the gun, then you'll go another 3 levels up, and you won't get the gun, but you get an explosive or whatever you may get, which it seems fairly, you know, I mean, it seems fairly balanced out and spaced out between what you get in unlocks while ranking up, which is also a very good feature. Now, moving on to the game modes, it has every single game mode that you would expect a Call of Duty game to have, including Kill Confirmed and a bunch of others. I've even heard it had Gun Game, which I haven't seen it. Maybe it's in a like DLC pack, maybe it's in a season pass. I don't know, but I haven't seen it on here personally. But I remember in Black Ops, I used to love me some Gun Game. I used to love Gun Game, especially as a beginner. I loved it to death because everybody started off at a fair base point. Everybody was equal. So I love the gun game.
Firing primary method. Target
The
position.
maps, now let's move on to the maps for multiplayer. The maps, in my opinion, are fantastic. There are maps that are small, there's maps that are medium, there's maps for snipers, there's maps where you can use shotguns, there's maps where you can use all melee and get by. It really depends on the player, and that's what I love about multiplayer especially for Call of Duty World War II. It's just all around, the maps are very, very well thought out, very well drawn out. You could play on different maps for hours and just not get bored, and that's, if you're a true gamer, you can just run around different maps with different guns and get kill after kill after kill. This map that we're on right now is actually a sniper map more than anything, especially with these two buses. You can just sit in there and just snipe. That's what makes this, in my opinion, a sniper map. Or you could just run around, I guess, with a submachine gun and kill everybody, because there's so many corners you could creep by, or especially with shotguns. And that's what I think makes the maps a big part of the fun you have in a game. But all in all, campaign, I'd give a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 definite. Nazi Zombies, I would probably give a 9 out of 10. And all in all, multiplayer, probably a 10 out of 10. Nothing's really bad with this game. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.